Hello again, Case Loki back with another video for the colony. Actually, no, this isn't the colony. Another video for the career play of 1.1. In this video, we're going to try and get to the Mun. Actually, before I go into there, I did a few contracts between videos, but I didn't want to go inside the building. I wanted to upgrade the building. 150. So, wait. That was just a glitch. I was like, there's still a craft somewhere. But now with unlocking that, we get maneuver nodes and a little bit more information and such. We're going to do a new craft. And all we're going to do is we're going to go to the Mun. Just do a nice little flyby. How much Delta V do we have at this stage? Shit Delta V, actually. Why? We're going to leave that at max, because in atmosphere Delta V I don't really care about, because these are relatively close. So that's going to be our transfer there stage and all that crap. We're going to throw on... Where's the tiny one? Tiny one. That gives us enough food for 35 days. Which, I'm trying to think, when I did maneuvers to Minimus in the Colony series, it would be like 30, well, I'd shoot past the planet, so it would be a lot more. But we'll just go ahead and do it this way. Then we need a parachute. And then we need science stuff. We're probably only going to get, actually, screw that. We're going to get multiple stuff. So the pilot this time isn't going to be Jeb, it's going to be Bob, because we want to have science, and the easiest way to do science and all that without having to carry so much extra weight along with us is to just take one of each, and the scientist will be able to do all the work in resetting these up. So that leaves us with 3,500 for that top stage, and I'm actually going to put a decoupler on that just to be safe. So that leaves us with, why aren't you going down there? There you go. And we still don't have numbers for it. Oh, it's because they're in the same damn stage. No, I don't want them in the same damn stage, actually. 3,400. So now we need to get to orbit. So we're going to throw one of these on with a swivel engine. So that gives us 1,000. That we'll use that as the orbiter stage, well, to push us into our final orbit. And then on this stage I actually want to do a little bit of jerry-rigging. And then we want the Reliant engine. That only gives us 3,100, but we're also going to go ahead and pipe that into there, which gives us 22. Okay, that's still not enough. 24. If we throw that on there, 37. Oh, I almost forgot. We also have I got stage recovery now and Science X, which any keen observer might have saw it on here, and joint reinforcement, because I just hated dealing with goddamn shitty joints. They just infuriate me to no end. If we're lucky, that should be good enough to give us what we need. No, I want more parachutes than that. But yeah, actually it doesn't matter if those get all screwed up. With stage recovery, we should start this one to that one. Okay, we should be able to start returning our cash for craft that end up coming back down. One ship, one. So we don't lose, like, there was one of the vehicles I was flying around and I forgot I installed. The stage recovery was for a temperature contract. I dropped the initial booster stage to get it up to an altitude that was going to go over the, what was it, it had to get, actually give me 1 second, I remember it had to get over like 1800 feet or 18,000 feet. So to do that, I gave it actuator speed, max deflection 15. So that's a full control surface, so we'll be putting those on, and I'm gonna move them up a bit. Cause actually, no, we'll just put them right here. English. What was I saying? Oh yeah. To get the whole thing into the correct area, the booster stage, like this giant stage I have here, the booster stage of that craft, required parachutes, and I forgot to put parachutes on it, so I wasted, it was like $4,000 I wasted, and I might have pulled over much too soon. As you can see, with the prograde dropping quickly while my craft is struggling to stay at the height I need it. Oh no, I'm gonna have to restart this flight. Yep. Oof. It's the problem with some of these craft. You screw up so easily sometimes. It's because I'm a poor at building rockets. Even though I have thousands of, like, maybe almost 3,000 hours in KSP, I'm still terrible at the game. I'm no Scott Manley. I just do this for shits and giggles. If we're lucky, which I'm usually not, I should really just start putting that on every single video as my motto. This will get us up almost the full distance to orbit. And then that other stage we have, the little tiny stage, well, not tiny, the smaller 1.5 or is it 1.6.5? 1.25 stage will get us the final little bit of orbit. Let's actually drag this back over to parallel with the 90 and 220 or 270 degree thing. Whoa! And sorry for the late upload of this video too. Life's been a bit hectic now with school ending and me going back to work for the summer. So it's been a little bit more difficult to get time set aside for videos and such. And Project Zomboid, I don't know why, but I'll start a series like the Stronghold series. It went for a little bit, and then I just got tired of doing that. I really should go back to it. I've been thinking of it a few days in the last little while, like, oh, maybe I should go and play Stronghold, but it's kind of hard to do the videos because the further into this career mode you get, the longer the missions get, depending on how you play. There's probably some players that can finish it in no time at all, but for me, it's a really long, drawn-out process. I like to set up a turtle base and then go ahead and progress. And then Command and Conquer, I think the last episode I played of it, I just got angry and just hated playing it. Even though I love the series, it's just, Command and Conquer 1 was unforgiving. In the future, I might go back to it, but I just got tired of struggling through it. Me having drinks along with it, because, like, it was probably not a good thing. Because you lose the ability to have good strategy when you're a few drinks in. And that's probably one reason I had to stop doing as much of it. But maybe in the future I'll go back to it, but it just gets exhausting doing the same thing over again. But for some reason, Kerbal Space Program, I have no problem with doing multiple videos during, or non-stop multiple videos of it if I'm doing videos. It's probably one of the, next to the Elder Scrolls series, it's probably one of the most played series I've ever had in my life. Like Morrowind, I probably played nearly the same amount of hours of this. Oblivion, probably about a quarter of the amount in Skyrim. Ugh, barely any. The amount of time I got played within the first like week of the game was like 200 hours. After that, I would probably assume it took another 2 years to get 200 hours. Just because it just lost its feel. Don't get me wrong, Skyrim's a beautiful game, but it's like it doesn't feel as vibrant in the lore. Like Morrowind is not a great example because it's like the game is by today's standards very minimalistic, but it followed the lore and gave you a ton of information and all that. Well, no, I'm wrong in saying that it was minimalistic. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it just I missed that Skyrim and Oblivion didn't really follow that as much, even though the combat system and all that was a lot easier. Okay, so now we're doing our circleization burn, whatever you want to call it. So this stage is going to give us about 60% of the way there, maybe even 70. Yeah, about 70% of the way there. And then this stage is going to get us all the way there. It's a swivel engine too, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Let's actually start trying to bring up our orbit. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I just want to bring that Apo in front of us. Even though it's not needed, it's just I feel safer with that above us. 21 minutes. And it's past us. So we'll bring ourselves back down until it slows down to the point. Oh, and I checked into Planetary Base, which was the base building mod I decided to use in this series. I used UKS by Rover Dude in the last series, and I wanted to try out a different one this time. And they reaffirmed with me that it has the ability to use extra, or it doesn't. What? Oh yeah, I can't do nodes yet. Let's go back to the Space Center. It gives me the ability to use extra planetary launch pads, but I have to use a cracked version of the, well, technically cracked actually. I'm weirded out that I don't have any shit, I'm taking that. We'll take both of those actually. Those are always easy contracts, but damn it. It's a cracked version. It's oh, they changed this page too. It's a cracked version of it, its module manager to allow. I still can't get over that shader thing, but it's a cracked version of it to allow you to be able to use extra planetary launch pads with it. It gives some of the parts the functionality you need. Come on, where is it? What is our Apo? 1 for Apsis. We want to get that as low as possible, so when we get there we can get the high and low stuff. Whoa. Oh, I thought we were invisible for a second. So let's loop back around. Now I just need to... Okay, so we got that back, and its total stage value was 16. So we got pretty much all of it back, which in this kind of game mode, getting that amount back, if we had a harder money value from contracts, like you'd either have to grind a ton more, or you could then just go ahead and use stage recovery to get that shit back. I still like some of the simple changes they did, like the whole fact that you don't have all the buttons here anymore, like blanked out. It looks a bit empty now. I wish they kind of like would corral them in so it's like, oh, this button's like right here now, and then when you get prograde and retrograde, it would move that button up and then have those two under it, and then so on and so forth. But it is what it is. So at about 1 minute we're going to start thrusting, just because We only have a little bit of fuel left in this stage. We have enough fuel for all our maneuvers around the Mun and then coming back to Kerbin. And slowing ourselves down in higher orbit. So that is that stage done. Perfect, actually. So this will bring us to the Mun. We'll do the high orbit stuff in high orbit. And then once that is done, we can go into low orbit, get the science there, and that will give us more than enough science. Maybe unlock 2 nodes, maybe more, giving us a ton more stuff. Oh, came off the node. It will give us the ability to maybe upgrade this engine more, which I'm probably going to only upgrade the Terrier engine, because it's the only one I really use in spaceflight. As I said in another episode, I just want to get up to the point where it's like almost a nuclear engine, ISP wise. Perfect. Did we get an encounter? Yes, we're good. So we want to oh no, we have enough electric charge for now. Like, we have 310. Our food and water has barely been touched. Like, how long is it going to be to get there? A day and 5 hours. It's because we're so much closer to it. Yeah, a fair bit closer, like 1/6 of the distance from it. Turn that off. Wait, oh, we might be crashing into the Mun. Even better, we can fix that. So yeah, we have enough oxygen and all that to last quite a while, actually. So once we get within an hour of an encounter, I will do some alterations to the orbit. It's because I like having the planet close enough to actually see it. It's kind of difficult. I wish there was it would do a mock planet right where the Mun is right now, instead of making it so it doesn't hit around the Mun. Focus view. Yeah, we're right down in there. So let's give perfect. We'll get ourselves down to 15K. Yeah, I'm so glad I've finally figured out how to do orbital maneuvers correctly. Like 23 meters per second inside the Mun's influence would probably turn to like 230. I'm just ballparking the numbers. It could be a lot less or a lot more. Like, there's a couple people I've seen play Kerbal Space Program. They're like, they'll set an escape trajectory out of Kerbin, and then from there they'll freaking have a perfect trajectory to intercept with the planet they want, and be able to have the least fuel cost to slow themselves down, and land, come back up, leave that planet's sphere of influence with the perfect trajectory to come back to Kerbin, and hit the orbit of Kerbin and slow themselves down. No problem at all. I'm like, are you guys on crack? I'm really assuming some of these guys are just fucking on crack, because that's just insane what I've seen some people do in this game. And did I not include a temperature? Oh no, I did. Nothing. That's EVA. I might be able to get an EVA report. Nope, nothing. We're high over Kerbin. In about 2-3 minutes, we'll be hitting the gravity well of the Mun. Is gravity well the right term? I don't know if it is. So we are now in Mun's orbit, and we got a world first. First of all, we have escaped the gravity influence of Kerbin, so that's a nice little amount of research. Crew report. 12 science. I just need to log temperature, observe materials bay, observe mystery goo container, EVA. So we need an EVA report. Now let's just hope that you can collect data. Restore. Collect data. Restore. Take data. Take data. So we got that amount of data, which is probably a fair amount. Let's see. Review stored data. We got 20. 20 plus 60 is 80. 104. Another 20. 100, 124. And 134. Okay. Keep. So now we just need to wait till we get down to here. I'm gonna make sure to slow down when we start getting close to the friggin' Perry, because I don't want to deal with like how many times in the colony friggin' I speed up and then forget that I'm speeding up and fire myself into freaking oblivion. 90 plus 36, so that's 126. 160 some. I'm just gonna friggin' average it. 180 some. EVA report, another 30. So like that's 200 science there. Mixed with the other stuff we just got, we are well on our way to. I'm definitely going to be friggin' upgrading the engine on this, the Terrier. Cancel. Take data. Take data. Store experiments. Did I already get an EVA report? Because something seems off. Board anyway. Yeah, something seems off. Did I forget this one? Yeah, so we have EVA report, materials study, temperature scan, materials study, so that's 2. 1, 2, crew report, EVA, crew report, EVA. Wait a minute. Yeah, I only have one mystery goo thing. Keep. EVA. Collect data. Remove data. And then, even though it doesn't matter, we'll restore it. Yeah, that was the issue. Decent. So, when we leave orbit, we're going to be having a high thing. We still have like 75% of our fuel, so we should be fine. So we're just going to exit, can't speak right now. Add maneuver. Let's see. I just want to bring it down to the point where we're at about 100. Where did our maneuver node go? Why is the maneuver node disappearing, for frig's sake? Okay, we're just going to drop it down to like as close as possible before the maneuver node just says screw it. Perfect. Can't ask for anything better. It's so dark, I can't even see the craft. I really should start putting lights on my craft, but I always forget to put lights on my craft. It's terrible. But there's not much I can do. Well, there is stuff I can do, it's just I'm stupid. So we are now back in the light, so we don't have to worry about electric charge. We still have a ton of damn food. Like, us friggin' taking a dump and friggin' drinking water and all that crap has not even filled our waste container storage that's just very minimalistic in the thing we're in. We've only been in space for 2 days. So I brought more than enough weight and food for this. Like hell, we could probably just sustain off of the actual container inside the pod if we were quick about it. but I'm not going to risk that because TAC life support is not as forgiving as Rover Dude's life support is. Rover Dude's life support is very much more forgiving. Oh no, we wouldn't have been able to survive off that just by itself. We could drop the tonnage by just lowering the food amounts. But with me, it's always best to err on the side of caution. Wait a minute, we might have, no, never mind. I thought we might have the option for, higher, actually we do. Only a small bit of research, but decent actually. So that's EVA. Do we have any options for higher? No, we don't. So just to be safe, we're actually going to collect data. Because I don't know how well this one top parachute is going to work. So I want to get like, it's the point where I'm just safe. I don't want to end up smashing into the building and then losing it all because, oh, look at me, I frigged up. Another $6,000. We are at 2,100 or 218,000. We gained quite a bit of science just from flying it there, and then we have the science we're getting right now. So now we want to find. I'm actually pretty surprised that this probe core doesn't have prograde and retrograde. I thought it did. Let's get over there. We still have 30 days of life support left. Our electric charge is kind of low, but it's not terrible. Because electric charge is one of the things that is easy to come by, as long as you have ways to come by it. Once this drops to about 100, I'm gonna quick save just to be safe, because I hate coming into like friggin' orbit and then, oh look, you don't have enough friggin' delta V burned off to not burn up in the atmosphere. Whew. Oh no, that's the wrong way. Or is it? Oh yeah, it is the wrong way. So we'll burn off this way just to bring the parry up to us. And past us, actually. Okay. So we're going to bring you down to 45, and then we're going to quick save. So we have more than enough time, if stuff does go wrong, to just burn against that. And our lowest point in the orbit is actually at a bright side of the planet. If need be. I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about that, but we're just going to keep going until we get shock eating. And then from there, we'll figure out what we need to do. We should be fine. Hopefully. I love what Scatterer does. Like, that whole, like, edge glow and all that crap. I don't know if it affects the stars at all, but it's just nice. It adds that nice little extra touch. Like, you can have something that's beautiful, and then you can have something that's fucking magnificent. So we're good for everything. Oxygen actually has a couple hours extra. Has Bob been holding his breath for like a little bit of time? Every like hour he's been holding his breath for about a minute in total. Yeah, for this engine we actually have to use it higher up, because it is a shitty Atmo engine. If we don't, then it's going to have a lot of problems. We'll bring ourselves down to about 1500. Then we'll save all the extra fuel for the final landing. And we're actually going to ditch this tank and engine right near the end. Because if we don't, it's going to be it's gonna be an awkward landing. It's like we're gonna land on the end and then fall over, which is then has the possibility of causing us to break shit, which I don't want to have to deal with. It's pretty much, I'm just keeping it on here for actually a stay measure, actually. Because once we ditch everything, like, all we need is the hatch, or not the garage, the pod, and we can technically lose everything on top too, as long as the parachute works beforehand. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah, as long as everything else lands fine, we're good. Oh, shoot. Just ditch it now then. So we are, I don't know how high. I wish we had Kerbal Engineer, but there we go. Where are we landing? We are going to go ahead and pop the parachute now, just to be safe, because I don't know how high we are off the ground, and that will tell us. Well, right off the bat, let's actually turn off SAS. So we're like 500 feet off the ground now, and we are at a speed that is tolerable for our stuff. Close door. I thought I could close that also. But yeah, we've made it back to the planet, no problem. And that science will probably unlock 2 nodes for us and an upgrade for our Terror engine, making it more efficient than before. And I am thankful I put everything in this goddamn pod. Just so everyone knows, best to freaking pull your science out of everything, because you don't know what's going to happen. And losing parts is fine, but like if you lose your pod, it's a shit flight anyway. But yeah. So let's recover that and see what we got. 378 science. So we might be able to get 3 actually. And we got a little bit of the money back. Now, is there anything saying that we have stuff to recover? Let's just actually pull this up. Nope, nothing saying we have stuff recovered. So we're going to go ahead and get trying to think what would be best to get. This gives us another science item. This gives us landing options. This gives us more landing options. What is this? K and K. I don't know if I remember what that is. Did I get... Give me a second, actually. No, I didn't. I thought I got aircraft expansion things. Oh. It's from the base building thing, I believe. Yeah, K&K is the base building things. We could get this and get options for a large one. Yeah, we need the rockets. We don't need this miniature propulsion systems right now. We can wait off on those and the fuel options because we don't need them right now. Spacecraft parts would be nice, but no, we don't need those. We don't need... I'm not much for aircraft. We're gonna go for this definitely because we need that barometer to give us more science, and this just so we can have landing options. And frigate, we got one more option, which is going to be this. Landing struts. We got nice landing struts, landing gear, this landing leg of some sort, and a nice bigger parachute. But I'm going to go ahead and end that video here. If you like the video, leave a like. If you dislike the video, leave a dislike and a comment. I'd love to hear why you disliked the video. If you want to see future updates by me, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I update most days of the week, depending on what's going on in life. And I thank you for watching. My name's been Keith Loki, and you have a good night.